Hello everyone, welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 433 named minimum genetic mutation. In this problem, basically a gene string can be represented by 8-character long string. Here each of the character can be A, C, G and T. Now suppose we want to investigate a mutation gene or from a gene string start to a gene string end, where one mutation is defined as one single character change in the gene string. Suppose, for example, this mutation AACCGGTT will become AACCGGTA. Here, one string or one character is changed. It is T becomes A. So it is one mutation. Now, there is also a gene bank that can record all of the valid gene mutation. Now, a gene must be in the bank to make it a valid gene string. We are given two gene strings, start and end, and the given bank. We have to return the minimum number of mutation needed to mutate from start to end. If there are no such a mutation, we have to return -1. And we have to note that the start point is assumed to be valid, and so it might not be included in the bank. Now let's consider this example too. Here the start gene is AACCGGTT and gene is AAACGGTA. Now the bank is AACCGGTA, AACCGCTA and AAACGGTA. Now basically we have to mutate 2 times to get the AND gene from the start gene. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's move on to the algorithm. Now here, to understand the algorithm, we have taken the same example. Now we are given a starting gene sequence. So we have to make it AND gene sequence. So the question is how we will make it. Now suppose a character can be changed into the 4 of the possible way. Either it can become A, T, C or G. Now, suppose for this character A, it can become C, G, T. This character A can become also C, G, T. This character C can also become A, T or G. Now, there can be multiple possibilities. But the main question is how can we solve this problem? Now, suppose after one mutation, this sequence becomes something like this. After another mutation, it becomes something like this. After another mutation, it becomes something like this. After another mutation, this becomes something like this. Now, suppose for this mutation, after one mutation, it become like this. After another mutation, it become like this. Now, suppose this is a valid sequence, that means it is presented in the bank, and this is a valid sequence, it is also presented in the bank. So that means we have to need two steps, one step here, another step here, to get the ending string from the start string. Now, this is the basic intuition, and we have seen that this is a basically level by level order traversal. So we will use the breadth first search algorithm to solve this problem. Now let's dry run the example with the BFS. Initially we are at this string. Now it can mutate into several ways, but suppose we should change the last string t. So let's make it a, and the rest of the are same. That means a c c g g t a. This is same. Now for this a c c g g t a, we can change this character c. Suppose we can make it a c g g t a. So in total, we are taking 2 steps so far. Now we have seen that this ending string is equal to the end string here. That means we have reached the destination and we have to cover 2 steps. So we have seen that this, suppose it is the first level, it is the second level. So here we are at the second level. Now, basically this is how we're gonna solve this problem by using the BFS, which is a level order traversal. I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. In this problem, the code is pretty simple. At first, we are given a function named Mutation, which has a string start and end and a vector of string bank. Now, we are inserting all of the bank string into a set, and if the end string is not presented in the set, we have to return -1. Otherwise, we have to take a queue of string and insert the starting string to the queue and initialize the step with 0. Now, we have to run while the queue is not empty and size is equal to the queue of size. Now for each of the level, we are storing the front element of the queue into a variable current and we are removing it from the set and the queue. We are removing it from the set because we want to stop the repetitive work. Now if the current is equal to end, we have to return the number of steps we have to make. Otherwise, we have to change each of the character into the current string into 4-way. So this outer loop will run for each of the character and this inner loop will run for each of the possible string, which is A, C, G, and T. Now let's store the current string to a temporary string T and make the temporary string ith element equal to C. Now if the temporary string is presented into the set, we have to insert it into the queue as well. Now after completing the iteration of this inside while loop, we have to increment the step. Now we have to return -1 if we did not able to find any of the sequence to reach the ending string from the starting string. I hope you understood the code. Thank you everyone for watching the video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.